2022 is the year of DC. Warner Brothers just released a brand new trailer showing off their DC movies coming out in 2022, and it is a doozy. We see footage from the Batman, Black Adam, The Flash, and Aquaman, and all the footage looks amazing. So let's break down every single movie, all the footage that we see, and what hints to give towards these movies coming around. First thing I'm going to start off with is the Batman. Now, I'm going to start off with the Batman because we don't see that much footage. It's pretty much all old stuff from the Batcat trailer or the main trailer from DC Fandom later last year. But we see more like the Batcat chemistry. They're going to be great. We've seen a lot in the TV spots recently. I cannot wait to see them on the big screen. We get the footage of the Batmobile car chase scene. Looks awesome. I love the sounds of the Batmobile that it makes. Oh, I can already tell this movie's going to be amazing. I just secured my tickets for the fan first premiere on March 1st. I am just counting on the days. But enough of that. Let's talk about Black Adam, because that's the biggest chunk that we get through this trailer. In our first shot, we see Black Adam being approached by these helicopters, and if you ask me, this seems to be at the beginning of the movie based on the cloak that he's wearing. I think this is after he assassinates or kills or murders, or whatever you want to call it, a bunch of that like SWAT team looking thing that approached that sort of altar where he was probably imprisoned. And this is the after effects that he's gonna probably blow up those helicopters, I imagine, with some sort of like fancy electricity, but that awaits to be seen. And then we get this cool shot, which honestly, my theory is that this is at the end of the movie, but we see Black Adam talking to Hawkman, where he says, "My son dreamt of a better world, and that's why he made a sacrifice for me." And I imagine the way the rest of the conversation is gonna go is he's gonna be saying, "My son dreamt of a better world," and he's gonna say, "But and I'm gonna try to build that." And by building that, he means he's gonna kill whoever he needs to and do whatever he has to create this better world. Because we know Black Adam can sometimes be a dictator, or he'll just be super violent and brutal for the greater good. And I think that this scene is gonna be at the end of the movie where the JSA maybe confronts him, or Black Adam's about to do something crazy and they're trying to stop him. And he's gonna say, "Oh, my son dreamt of a better world, and I'm gonna make that a thing," and then he's gonna attack the JSA. That's how I imagine the movie's gonna end. I really don't think the movie's gonna end with him being a nice guy, a super good hero. I think it's gonna end with him being his full anti-hero and villain, possibly for Shazam 3 or who knows what. And then we get a quick shot of the Thanagarian Star Cruiser. This is of course Hawkman and Hawkgirl's ship. We don't know what the current state of Hawkgirl is because they mentioned in a DC Fandom panel that they couldn't use Hawkgirl in this movie even though they wanted to. We don't know really what's going on behind the scenes for that, but it says officially Hawkman's ship, and ideally I'm assuming it's that he came to Earth with this ship, whether it was from one of his old reincarnations or whether he's a new alien and his reincarnation cycle hasn't started yet. We don't know really what they're going to be doing with this approach of the character, but I imagine that he came to Earth many years ago and that his ship crashed here and he's been going through reincarnation cycles, and that's where the ship came from. And this scene is very much framed as an execution. During the voiceover, we can hear Black Adam saying, "My son dreamt of a better world, and that's why he saved me." My guess is what happened in this backstory is that Black Adam did something, but his son took the blame, and his son was executed. And here we can see Black Adam is being restrained and held back. He's trying to get up and save whoever's about to be executed, but he does not have the power here. But then, of course, later on, he gets the power, and when he does, he kills all the evil people who enslaved him and enslaved his people. And then we get this beautiful shot of Black Adam with the cloak and the glowing chest. I'm telling you, The Rock looks so good in the Black Adam suit, and DC has nailed all the comic accurate costumes in this trailer, in these movies, and in the projects probably in the future. And then we get our first look at Quintessa Swindle playing Cyclone, a character that I actually don't know much about, but she's part of the JSA, along with Noah Centineo, who is playing Atom Smasher, a character I do know. And I do believe in this movie his father was the original Atom Smasher, but he is taking up the mantle. And these are going to be two younger members of the JSA, but they both look like they have a lot of great charisma. And while we don't see Cyclone do any damage in this trailer, Atom Smasher definitely does, as you can see during this shot. And once again, I'm going to be saying it a bunch with all this Black Adam footage especially, these costumes look amazing. We get our first shot of Hawkman, and wow, I love the wings, I love the armor, the color looks really cool with the red and the gold. Most of the time, they try to nerf this costume, but they fully went for it, and I love it. And a really cool detail about this costume is the wings, because they are retractable. Now, the thing with Hawkman is that his backstory has been changed so much, and it is so complicated. But the general idea is that when his wings are retractable like that, it means that reincarnation is in play. He's not just like a Thanagarian alien. So I think they are going with the reincarnation approach. That being, sometimes because of nth metal, which is what his suit and like that, like, you know, that mace that he carries around with, you know, he does a little thing like that. Those are made of nth metal, and it's like a magic metal in the DC universe. That gets super complicated. And the other idea though is that he's sometimes cursed, that him and Hawkgirl are cursed and they are destined to always find each other and die and try to find each other again overall, like time and space. All that weird stuff. It gets super complicated. Moral of the story is, it seems that Hawkman is going to be doing that reincarnation cycle, meaning there are different Hawkmen and he dies and comes back to life and he's always trying to find Hawkgirl. That's what the retractable wings seem to hint with. And then we get some more shots of Black Adam. There are so many in this trailer, but the suit looks great. And I love that The Rock did not need any muscle padding. He is just a huge beast and has just so much muscle on his body that just looks like a superhero. And then my favorite shot of the trailer. If you didn't know, I am a Dr. Fate fanatic, as in I love this character. He is so cool and so powerful. And I love this costume. One of the coolest details that actually did a change with the costume in this movie is that his mask does not have any eye holes. And you know, sometimes it's cool because when you have the eye holes, you can see like his eyes glow like yellow with power. But it's kind of cool here because it just shows that he's just this omnipotent being who's just so powerful. Who even needs eye holes to see? It's a cool change. It makes him look pretty menacing. I do dig it. And the blue and the gold look so good. Dr. Fate is a super powerful hero in the DC universe. I cannot wait to see how powerful they make him, how much they nerf him. Obviously, you can't make him as powerful. Any superhero, you can't make him as powerful as they are in the comics because it just doesn't translate to the movies because of power scaling and all of that. But I cannot wait to see him do some crazy magic in this movie. And if you didn't know, Pierce Brosnan is playing Dr. Fate, aka one of the old James Bonds. And next up, the other quick one is Aquaman. We only get pretty much one new shot, which we see Aquaman in his stealth suit. It makes sense they didn't show too much as this movie is coming out in December, possibly being pushed back. But the fact that they put this in this trailer, I'm assuming it won't be delayed at all. That being, there are rumors that Batgirl might take its spot as the DC movie in December, but I'm assuming based on this, Aquaman is still set for that December release date. But the other big one is The Flash. Most of the footage is from the DC fandom trailer, but they definitely heard fan outcry because the only new footage that we see is of Barry's new cowl. Because of course, everyone talked about how derpy that cowl looks. However, here, the cowl looks great. It molds to his face better. I love the new suit, the yellow electricity flowing all around the suit, and it looks like it's like almost fueling it. And you got the really cool emblem in the center and the cool boots. I really love the body part of the suit. The cowl is the only thing I'm nervous about. It does look great in the shot, however, so I do have a lot of faith. And that pretty much sums it up. I love this trailer. It gives us great glimpses into the future movies of 2022, and it looks like a great year to be a DC fan. People always tell me, oh, you say don't judge things too soon, but then you think, oh, these movies are gonna be great. Well, what's the difference? Well, the difference is it never hurts to be positive. All these first looks look great. It looks like they're all gonna be great movies. Yes, there are controversies behind the scenes, but just be excited with the prospect of new superhero movies. We're all nerds here. All of us get excited for new superhero movies, so just be happy and be thrilled. Positivity is never a bad thing. So if you like this video, I do hope you subscribe and stick around. I break down every single bit of nerd news that we get, so if you want to stay informed, this is the place to be. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.